Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Before I start my day of work, I just want to come online. Don't y'all forget, if you see this video, hit that subscribe, hit that like. Y'all come on in. Come on in and hit that subscribe, hit that like. Go ahead and take an opportunity to follow. It seems like everything that we said seemed like that's what's happening. Everything that we said seems like that is what's happening. Right, we already know. We already know that Diddy is standing trial right now, ladies and gentlemen. He is standing trial, and it looks like there is some of this stuff is being melt out. It's being melt out. So we coming online just to look around and just to talk about it and to see what's going on. See what's going on. See what's going on. Okay, so we hope that everybody would just give an opportunity for the conversation as we move forward. I try to spend an hour a day uh, online with you guys. Thank y'all for following me. Thank y'all for subscribing. Thank y'all so much. So far, we moved up to 2 extra subscribers. That's good enough for me. It's okay. I know everybody, rather go to the big platforms. I do too. I get some of my stories and news from other platforms. So I don't mind, actually. I don't mind. I don't mind. I don't have a problem with it. But however, we want to we want to check this out, and we want to see what's going on, because definitely it is going on. Sean Puffy Combs, Diddy the Diddler, is having a ball day in his cell right now, because we see that the prosecutors have dropped attempted kidnapping, attempted arson, and aiding in sex trafficking charges in the Diddy case. They are now pushing for clearer jury instructions on the main sex trafficking and forced labor counts, calling them complex. All right, a lot of people would say that it's ridiculous. A lot of people saying it's ridiculous. He haven't walked yet, but I think that he's gonna walk. I think he's gonna walk. And I could be wrong, and I don't mind being a man getting back on the internet saying that I was wrong, because I know a lot of these boneheads is not gonna get out here and say when they wrong. They're gonna get out here and say some stuff that's put it in the atmosphere and just keep it like it is. I'm not personally gonna keep nothing in the atmosphere when it comes to this. Uh, I am not. I am not going to just be on here lying. I don't. I don't want to do that. That is not my thing. That is not my thing. I would rather get on here and talk some truth and talk some realness of what's going on in this case and how this case is functioning. Don't y'all forget to hit that like and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it. It really would help me out a whole lot if y'all would be respectful. If you decide to comment, you be respectful and you treat everybody with dignity. I don't appreciate disrespect and foolishness coming from folks, and that's not my thing. That's not how I roll. So if that's what you do, you can easily go find you another channel that you can bullshit on and you can troll the hell out of, because that is not what we're about. But however, we are talking about however we are talking about this whole Diddy case. This doggone Diddy case is off the chain, and it has been a crazy moment. I have to go to work today, but I wanted to spend this hour to just kind of see what's gonna go down, see what's gonna go down in this whole situation. Because I think today is gonna be a crazy day with this case. I think this is gonna be a noteworthy time, especially in the entertainment industry and in how this all played out. As we discussed previously before, now we already know doggone well that this case has some problems, but a lot of people, they looking at the case and they feel like that it don't got no problems. A lot of people looking at the case and feel like it don't have no problems because they want Diddy to go down. And I feel you, But when it comes to law, I have learned that you cannot use your emotions when you're trying to put together law. When you're trying to analyze a situation, it doesn't matter how you feel. The law will always say fuck your feelings. Your feelings do not matter when it comes to law. It have to be line upon line, precept upon precept. Now, do the law uh, happen to mess up sometimes? No, the law never mess ups because the law is written and been written for hundreds and hundreds of years. Okay, who mess up is people mess up and not follow the law and find every way around the law being what it's supposed to be. People mess up. And when people mess up and get their hand into the law, that's when things go wild. That's when things go crazy. So we already see that the government has already issued a letter that is posted. I will be posting it here on the channel, on the page. The government has already responded. The government respectfully writes regarding the request edits to the court's proposed jury instructions. The government understands the court desire for streamlined instructions. With that in mind, the government has suggested to streamline those instructions. Specifically, the government removed instructions from the charge relating to attempted kidnapping under both California and New York law, attempted arson under California law, aiding and abetting sex trafficking. The government is no longer planning to proceed on those theories of liability, so instructing there are no longer necessary. The government has also attempted. Let me go ahead and screenshot that. I'm gonna go ahead and I got to screenshot this. I gotta screenshot this because I need some clarification on something here. Ladies and gentlemen, I need some clarification on something. And I understand what the government is doing. They are trying to weed out the weaker charges, but they're gonna have to do a little bit more. They're gonna have to do a little bit more than that because it's too much. It's too much redundance going on with these charges, going on with these cases. Y'all hold on just a second. So the government is no longer pursuing attempted kidnapping under the California and New York law, attempted arson under the California law, aiding and abetting in sex trafficking. They are no longer pursuing those three charges, but they are still going after sex trafficking and the forced labor. They're going after the sex trafficking and the forced labor. Those laws remain in effect. Those charges remain in effect. So Diddy's case is definitely down to two, which if he gets some time, more than likely he'll probably get under 20 years for that time. But I really feel like that they're gonna walk. Everybody is talking about Brian Steele and what Brian Steele did and the other law team that Diddy have, how they walked away. Don't y'all forget to subscribe for me. They walked away. They walked away from the case. I mean, they walked away, not walked away from the case. They decided to not do a rebuttal when it was their turn. They just did a 30-minute speech and they sat down. And everybody is saying that Brian Steele and the other attorneys that Diddy have dropped the ball in the situation and they decided not to expound, so they will not be expelled. They decided to not expound on it so they will not be expelled and mess up the case and possibly could possibly bring a dilute to the case and water it down and make it not work in the favor of Diddy. Now, people really need to understand, first of all, you're talking foolish because Brian Steele and those other lawyers, those are the top lawyers of the nation right now. Okay, when it comes to criminal law. Okay, you best to believe that if Brian Steele and those other lawyers make a decision to go ahead and not expound on something, Brown's they are not crazy. So I don't know why they people think that Diddy lawyers are crazy for not expounding on the situation and not going into further details. So what really people really wanted, they wanted some tea. Okay, they wanted something to talk about. They wanted some news coverage. They wanted some stories. They wanted some podcast ability. Okay, but if Brian Steele and other lawyers that Diddy is associated with make a decision to not expound, You best to believe that there's a plan, whether it's now or whether it's in an appeal. Okay, you best to believe. You better believe that those guys are high minds in law, and you got people who on YouTube, who don't even have a high school diploma. Okay, the buck of your money just came from talking on YouTube, and you're trying to say that these men don't know what they're doing. Brian Steele knows exactly what he's doing as an attorney that's representing Diddy. If they decided to not say a word, and we know that Brian Steele do know how to talk. Okay, we saw that in the YSL case. He know how to talk. He know how to fight. He even went to jail behind YSL case and asked the judge, can he sit in the cell with YSL while he go through the situation so they can still touch up on the case. Okay, so he knows how to fight. But if they decided they're not going to fight, you best to believe they know what the hell they talking about and they know what they're doing. And I'm sure Diddy had to be put in a place where he have to trust that decision. Okay, so everything that they're doing, it is all for a reason. It's not for naught. It's not just because we scared and we walked away and rerun it. Okay, that is so silly that people going around saying that, and people going around thinking that that's okay to really say the Brian Steele and the attorney team is just confused and lost. Well, we see right here. Look what we woke up to this morning. Huh? Talk back to me. You have to use the law. Now, I'm not saying Diddy was right in the shit that he was doing. Now, I'm not saying that he was right. But what I am saying is, I told you, those charges were weak and they were wrong. They were weak and they were wrong. So now he's only going to deal with the sex trafficking case. He's going to deal with the sex trafficking. Let me go back up here. He's going to deal with the sex trafficking, and he is going to deal with the forced labor. They how did they try to prove the forced labor? Because they trying to say that he was working people overtime and all that kind of stuff. When it comes to federal laws, it comes to employment, most jobs would get a ticket, most jobs would get a little fine or something like that, and they move on. So what they try to build an enterprise of RICO. So we already see right now that RICO is out the door, gone. It's a wrap. RICO is out the door. It won't be no RICO charge. RICO wasn't there. So all of the silly bunnies that tried to make RICO be there, now you look like a clown because you was trying to use your emotions at the fact that he beat up Casey in that hallway. So you try to use your emotions to make it look as if Casey was over dramatized in this situation when she already got paid. Did it pay for? He paid the cost. He paid for it. Okay. But you are using that to judge these cases. It don't work like that. Oh, I don't like him because he put his hand on a woman. But they don't have nothing to do with forced labor. They don't have nothing to do with arson. They don't have nothing to do with aiding and abetting in sex trafficking. They don't have nothing to do with attempted kidnapping. We already know there was no. We already know there was no damn kidnapping going on when these people bluntly got on the floor and said that they liked everything that was going on. They already said it. They said they liked it. They said that they embraced it. They said they wanted to be around it, and she even expounded to say that she missed it. They said that they like it, and they even went to a point where she said that she missed everything that Diddy had to offer. She missed that bed. She missed the oil. She missed the dog collars and the high heels wrapped in thongs. She missed it. She wanted to be a part of it again. She wouldn't trade it for nothing in the world. She wasn't kidnapped. The state could not prove kidnapping, ladies and gentlemen. They couldn't prove it. So the state woke up early this morning, about 2 o'clock in the morning, and threw it out. They came to their sense and say, well, okay, well, this ain't gonna stick. What they did was they tried to put a lot of charges on Diddy to make it stick. Now, I'm not a Diddy fan at all, so I'm not biased. Okay, I don't give a damn about Diddy's money. I don't care about where he go, what he do. I don't care. It is not my business. Okay, I don't even make 2% of what Diddy make a year. Okay, so it ain't none of my business. We just expounding on the case and just talking about it and letting these clowns see out here that you made a mistake in your decision, and you're thinking that you can use your emotions in order to work a quality and system of law. Some of these YouTubers I had to stop listening to because it's like, come on, man. All of y'all going to the court just so you can hear a guilty verdict. That's not how this works. Okay? Just because you think somebody did something, it doesn't mean that they will get charged or get time for it because it is a process of law. It's due process. If there's no due process involved, we have a problem. Okay? Just because somebody breaks in your house and kick the door down, come in your house, sit on the couch, eat some noodles, eat some cookies and candies and pies, slap you in the face, walk back out the door. You can't think that the DA is gonna file charges of rape. Well, he probably didn't physically rape her, but he did slap her. So that's like putting your hands on somebody because he probably would have did it if he'd have never walked out. That's not how the law works. Come on now. That's not how the law works. The law don't work like that. Okay? It have to be proved beyond reasonable doubt. It have to be beyond it. It can't be reasonable doubt. Okay? It have to be beyond it. Okay? So there is a certain standard of law that applies when it comes to prosecuting these criminal cases. There's a certain standard of law that applies when prosecuting limited these cases. So the RICO charge that everybody was looking for, ladies and gentlemen, they're not going to get it. You're not going to get the RICO charge. So let's see if we have any more updates, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. Let's see if we have any more updates. All right. 3 hours ago, 6 hours ago, 15 hours ago. All right. So far we don't have any updates right now. But I tell y'all what, it's finna go down today. It's finna go down. Because, there's a possibility that God can be on his side. He probably have another chance. He probably have another chance, ladies and gentlemen. He have another chance. He have another shot at life. He better be grateful because R. Kelly didn't get that chance. Okay? So it seemed like, okay, today, let's see, Diddy trial updates, closing arguments. Okay, we already know that today is going to be the closing arguments. Let's go here and let's look at some other stuff that is going on around the world. I'm going to set up my equipment soon, y'all, so we can be able to look together. All of Diddy charges were not dropped. All of them wasn't dropped, but they did drop 3 big ones. 3 big ones. Rico will not be forcible. And all he needs is 2 to go through to get a Rico. But more than likely, they're not going to get 2 charges. It's going to fly by. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, y'all. I hate to bust bubbles, but it's not going to happen. It's not. Don't y'all forget to comment, subscribe, like, share. Let me know in the comments how you feel. What is your situation with this? What is your situation? What do you feel about this? Do you think that this is going to go to the penitentiary? Will Diddy the Diddler? Will he actually get this time? We don't know. We just don't know at this point. We don't know at this point, but there's a strong possibility that whatever come out of this, it's gonna be hectic. It's gonna be hectic. It's gonna be so many pissed off people because they allow the emotions to be a judge. They allow the emotions to be a judge. Your emotions cannot be a judge when it comes to these cases. You have to parade them and walk these cases according to the true law. You have to use the law. when you are interpreting case. I think I'm gonna do some videos on interpreting the law when it comes to this. I'm a pro se guy. I file my own cases. I've never hired a lawyer. A lawyer has never been good for me. I've always studied my own cases. I always unfold my own stuff. I always file my own documents. I filed one of the biggest credit repair credit cases in the federal court right now, over 435 pages, completely wrote by me, myself, and I. No attorney involved. Suing Experian right now for $1.5 million at this moment. So we haven't reached negotiation stage right now, but we are just right now trying to prove each other's side. So at the end of the day, I know that's not the only case I filed. I've sued car dealerships. Okay, I've been involved also with criminal cases. I've helped people in do different little small things here and there, helping them as a friend. I am not an attorney, but I am a hell of a reader. Okay, that's all you need to do is know how to read and know how to apply what you read, and know how to understand what you're reading. And if you don't understand, there's so many tools online that can help you understand how the law works. There's too many people. There's too many people don't understand how it works, and there is a certain work to this. Okay, there's a certain work. If you're not working this appropriately, you're gonna have a problem. Okay, everybody can't afford a Brian Steele. Okay, but I'm telling you, I need to do some sessions on how to interpret the law, because too many people interpret the law according to emotions, and that is not how this goes. You do not interpret according to your emotions. A lot of people wanted Diddy to go to jail for the rest of his life. It don't look like that's gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Okay, the wrong charges were filed. What they should have did was kept it in state court. That's what they should have did to Diddy. If they really wanted to get Diddy, they should have kept it in the state court and not took it federal. Because when they took it federal, they put too much bullshit in it. They put some lies. They twisted and they fumbled in so many ways. That's why you were asleep last night, the prosecution gave up on 3 charges. Okay. Okay, we don't see anything that is popping off right now. Let's just go back to my history. Go to here. Okay, there we go. Let's just go back to my history. Go to here. Okay. Everybody hold tight. Okay, somebody at the courthouse right now.
CJ, stop. CJ said her eyes are swollen. CJ, stop. CJ, stop. No, Oh. Except that. Somewhere, I don't know where. People have been telling me. Yeah, they're trying to get around. They're trying to get around the law. I mean, and they put in the case that I think that every 5 years older. Look, listen, y'all. I mean, I really. But oh my God, look at this. They are so mean. Look. Y'all so mean. It's all gonna come out. Well, lies always come out. When people lie, it comes out and eventually comes out. Some lies some people die with, but imagine five clear women lying about baby oil, lace, child pee. It literally is about 5 clear women who want to take all the black men down to the feel bad for what they do. Delusional.
We're waiting to see if anybody gonna hit the grounds at the courthouse. Some of the charges, if you don't know, some of the charges has been dropped in the Diddy case. They have actually dropped. They dropped so many of the cases. They dropped 3 of them. 2 of them remain right now. So that's just what it is. It is going down right now. It is going down, y'all. Uh, Where my screen at? Did I lose it? No, I didn't lose it. Okay, there you go. Okay, all right. The charges that were dropped, they are no longer pursuing is attempted kidnapping on the California and New York law. Attempted arson has been dropped on the California law, and aiding and abetting and sex trafficking has been dropped. As I said, that still stands. What they have in the process still standing. That the sex trafficking and the forced labor is still. They're gonna have a hard time with both of those. They're gonna have a hard time with that still, but they're hoping that those two stick. If those two stick, they can actually push the RICO. But I don't think it's going to happen. There would be no RICO, so everybody can lay down and go to sleep. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You can go ahead and get some rest.
Are there procedures?
There were 35 predicate act they can't find him guilty of. That they can, I know, time, crime, and change. We'll wait till the jury come out. We'll see what the jury says. Because I'm not gonna argue with anybody about this case. I just came to give you guys what's going on. So what's the rest of the charges left for him? Hold on. Go ahead.
So the ones that's left is the forced the sex trafficking by forced fraud or coercion, forced labor, and racketeering. They still
They still have those charges, y'all. It's just the racketeering part has weakened because those predicate acts that they had in there is like gone.
The RICO not going to happen. The main parts of the RICO gone.
Y'all just gotta understand. I'm just giving y'all.
The RICO part is gone. It's not going to happen.
Charges.
The charges has been brought to a weak spot, ladies and gentlemen. The charge has been brought to a weak spot. Okay, it's hard for them to continue to allow a RICO to go through when you got two little charges that you're going after now. Now that you've changed your mind, you only have the sex trafficking and the forced labor. The forced labor is going to be hard to prove. The sex trafficking is also going to be hard to prove, being that those people got on the stand and they enjoyed what they did. They was not trafficking, and they made proof of that. The prosecution had a hard time proving their standings. They had a hard time proving their standards. That's why Brian Steele them didn't give no other information. They didn't say nothing. They did a 30-minute session yesterday, and they just let it go. Now the internet blew up and went crazy because they felt like the lawyers then dropped off and took all Diddy money and ran, and they did not. So that's what it is. I'm gonna be back when I see some movement, and then we can go ahead and chop it up some more. Thank y'all so much. Don't forget to subscribe and like the channel. I gotta go. Peace out.